I am so excited to have you here. Deidre and I have been waiting for this incredible night. We have the most amazing speaker coming to you just in a few. But right now, Deidre Calcote is here in the building. Woo! We're going to be talking to you tonight about adopting the mindset of a champion. And when you adopt the mindset of a champion, you really step in to your newer self. Who would love to step into their newer self tonight? I know I would. Deidre's all in. Deidre's all in. So I know that it's important to you. The reason why you came tonight is to adopt the mindset of a champion. But we're going to start at the very beginning. We're going to take it back, right? We're going to take it back to the time that you may be in right now. You may be laying in your bed, right? Hoping, wishing for things to change, not knowing when your success will arrive. And that could be the most frustrating thing. I've been there myself. I've been there. I have been in the stage of just wondering. That's where you are. Wondering when the bills are going to be paid, wondering when your success is going to happen, wondering when you're going to gain the awareness that it's going to take to be able to step into your greatness. And it's a very frustrating thing because you find yourself swiping on social media, trying to find the next best thing, thinking that if I just see one more thing on social media, it might spark me to step into my greatness. If I just go to one more meeting, this is it. I promise you, this is it. How many of you have gone home? You went to a meeting, you went home, you went to a summit, and you went home. And you promised your family, this is it. I promise you. I'm telling you. I've done this before. I get it. But this is the one thing that I'm on fire about. And you go home. You make all those promises to yourself. You make those promises to your family. And what happens? The same thing happens in January 1st. You make those New Year's resolutions, and by the second week, it's done for. You haven't followed through on any of those things. It leads you to broken promises, right? I will do this. I promise you, I'll pay you back. I'll get those things done. I'll accomplish my goals and dreams. That's where it leads you to, a standstill. And all of us, we've all been told this lie. Really, it's a lie. You can go to school, you can get good grades, you get married, have kids, and have the greatest life ever. And it's not true. Now, years ago, this may have been true, but it's not true in the now. Why is that? Because the times have evolved, times have changed, and that means your thinking cannot remain the same. Your thinking cannot remain the same. If you want different results, what's the definition of insanity? You can't do the same things that created the problem over and over and over again and expect something different to happen in your life. You want to drive a new car. You want to live in a different home. You want to be able to provide for your family in a different way that no one in your family has done before. You can't walk along the same path. Success is a lonely road sometimes. A lot of the times. Why? Because you're getting away, not from the people. The people aren't bad, but it's the mindsets that you have to stretch from, right? And create a whole new version. If you want to have a different version of yourself, you cannot bring along everything that caused a problem in the first place. You actually have to create an entirely different version of you. And what does that look like? Tonight, we're going to be talking about that. What does that different you look like in the now? What does that look like? Get your pen, get your piece of paper, and I want you to jot down 3 characteristics of the person you want to become. 3 characteristics of the person you want to become. Why? Because it's imperative that you have a vision of where you're going. If you don't have a vision, just like we talked the other night, it's like getting in the car and just driving. You don't know where you're going. How are you going to get there? Where? Who knows? You have to have a vision of where you're going. When you get in the car and you're going somewhere, what do? You type in the directions or the address in the GPS. You have a mental GPS. You've got to type in the address, which means what? You've got to type in that vision. You've got to brand it in your brain of where you're going so that you can get there. And that's how it works. That's exactly how it works. You are a magnet, and you will literally attract what it is that you envision. So when we have these go to school, get a good job, get good grades mindset, and we step out into the world and we feel so lied to, we feel like these broken promises are all around us, what do? What do? You don't know what your passion is. You don't know where you're going. You don't know who to connect to. What am I going to do? Well, I have the secret. And the secret is, it's not a secret. You have passions. You have talents. What are you passionate about? Ask yourself right now, what am I most passionate about? And my passions will lead to my success. Wow. My passions will lead to my success. If you're good at photography, take those pictures. And guess what? You can actually create that into a business that is profitable. Wow. I can actually take my camera and start a business. Yes. If you love to, I don't know what it is that you like to do, but you sit down right now tonight, and I want you to write down, remember, 3 characteristics of the person you want to be, and write down your goal. Because once you have a vision, once you have a goal, it can take you places you never thought possible. And once you create that business, before you create that business, let's say, you connect with the people who are doing the things that you want to do. Connect with the people who are doing the things that you want to do in life. And you see yourself in a whole new version. You'll start seeing yourself in a light that, man, I'm actually thinking differently. I'm reading books. I never used to read books. I used to read into the middle of the book and I would stop. Now I see myself reading books. I'm pouring into myself constantly. I have goals. I have a routine. Do you have a morning routine? Are you writing your goals down in the morning? Are you reading them out loud? Are you recording yourself? Are you hearing these things? Are you seeing these things? Are you speaking these things? The house you live in is built from the words that you speak. What kind of house are you living in? If you're not liking the environment you're in, guess what? You can change it. You can start writing down the words that you want to see transform your life. I love this quote. You'll never outperform what you think you can have. Ooh, that's good. That is good. You'll never, write this down. You'll never outperform what you think you can have. Why is that? Because, like I said, you need a vision. You need to see where you're going. And if you can't see where you're going, you'll never get there. So as we go through tonight, and we're talking about adopting the mindset of a champion, it really is adoption. Why is that? Because when you're put here on earth, you have your gifts, you have your talents, but somewhere in between, those things are crumbled and they are misplaced. And people tell us we can't do, be, or have anything we want. We actually have to conform to what they want us to be, right? You put yourself in a box and now you're scared to get out. You're scared to break free, right? And so you can't outperform your own vision. And if your vision is limited, connect with the people who are doing what you want to do. There's another quote. When you see the news, or see a text message coming through your phone, it's literally someone else's agenda for your life. Why are we so used to living on someone else's agenda? Start making your own agenda for your life. When you wake up in the morning, set the tone for your day. Put on motivational quotes. Speak these things. Write them down. Make the vision clear. You've got to set the tone of your day. Before you look at your phone, before you look at the TV, before you look at your computer, set the tone of your day, because all accomplishments happen twice. How is that? Because it happens once in your mind and then once outside of yourself. once in your mind and once outside of yourself. So you've got to have these ideas, you've got to have these visions in here first and outperform your vision of your life through writing it down. Make the vision clear and start living it. Take the action, start connecting, start writing your goals down, start the action today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is one of the most dangerous words I've ever heard in my life. Why? Because tomorrow lies in mediocrity. It really does. Once you get comfortable, you get lazy. Once you get lazy, you don't want to do anything and you can't move forward. So you have to literally adopt the mindset of a champion. And what does that look like? What does adoption mean? It means that you didn't have it before and you are taking on something so valuable, so precious, that you'll do anything to take care of it. And that's exactly what you have to do. I was talking to Deidre, and she has a phenomenal brief story she wants to share with you all about adoption, because it really is taking on a mindset that you didn't have before to be able to move forward in life in such a strategic way. So Deidre, we're so excited to be able to hear your story and what you have to share. Go ahead, take us through this journey.
I wanted to remind, when you were talking, it reminded me of the quote that if you can believe it, your mind you can achieve it. If you can believe it in your mind, you can achieve it. I'm probably not saying it right, but yes, I'm blessed with two families. I was adopted at birth and didn't know it. I'm a late discovery adoptee. And a couple of years ago, I had the honor of my birth family and my adoptive family coming together. So my cousin gave me to my birth family, and she said, they call me Dee Dee. Dee Dee, we raised you, and now we give you back to your birth family to complete the work with you. And it was just such an amazing gathering of people. And so adoption means a lot to me. That's been a lot of the work that I've done. I have a child that I have adopted. I've adopted a new mindset being a part of TIR. So my life is full of adoption.
And isn't it so beautiful how they said, we raised you and we're going to, unfold you to your, the family who, you came through. And that is such a beautiful thing, because this is what happens when you adopt that mindset, right? You are raised, you came through one way, right? But then you are formed, you're shaped. And after that, you can be unfolded to the world, and you can actually be a gift to the world. Right? But it's in that time of taking care of that valuable, precious thing. What is that thing for you? What are you adopting? Are you adopting a poverty mindset, or are you adopting a wealth mindset? Something to think about, because see, Deidre, it was so beautiful that they took you in. They saw your value, just like a diamond, right? Just like a diamond. Through pressure, through heat, you cultivate this beautiful, beautiful you, right? And when we do that with our mindset, we do the exact same thing. We take in this beautiful thing. We don't know what it's going to look like at the end, right? We have no idea. And when it's finished, it's the most beautiful gem on this earth. And that's what we have to do with our mindset. Too many times we let the TV, society, or anything else take over. And we actually transform ourselves to who they want us to be, whoever they is, right? Your employer. If you feel like, man, I don't feel valuable at my job. I don't feel valuable in my family. I don't feel valuable out here in society. Guess what? How they respond to you is a reflection of them. How you respond is a reflection of you. It's not what happens to you, but what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
And a lot of times we're looking at like needlepoint, when people do crochet rugs and needlepoint, we're looking from the back.
Right.
When we turn it around and look at the front, oh, isn't it beautiful?
Yes, and it's so beautiful. It really is so beautiful because you get to see the entire display. So I love your story. Tell me some of the things that you learned throughout that experience, because that's a whole experience. That's a whole transformation that you actually go through, right? That's a whole mindset shift that you actually go through, and especially learning about your adoption later on. What are some things that we can pull from that? What you had to do to shift that mindset, to cultivate something great?
Yes, because a lot of times adoptees are feeling unworthy, feeling unwelcome. And I have learned that I came from love. When I met my oldest brother, he told me, every year on your birth, we lost our mother to you. So where I thought I was unloved, there was love. And so sometimes we have to shift our mind from one thing to another. My father, who raised me, was a custodial engineer, a janitor. My birth father was a pharmacist. The difference, no, I love them both. I never met the pharmacist. I know how hard the custodian taught me and took care of me. And so sometimes you're right, that shifting of the mind. It's what, like Ziglar said, if you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. We're unstoppable, aren't we?
We are unstoppable. That is so powerful. And I absolutely love that quote as well. And we really are unstoppable. Once you have it in your mindset, there's nothing that can take that away from you. If you're sitting there thinking, man, could this happen for me? Yes, it can happen for you. If you stay the course, there's no limits. If you take the limits off of you, there's no limits if you take the limits off you. So go forward, knowing that whatever you want, you can actually have, right? Because it's in you. You already have the desire, so it's already made for you. It's there. If you want the money, it's already, boom, there in a bank account, okay, waiting to come to you, right? You've got it. So just keep on continuing to move forward. There's a lot that we know, but there's not a lot that we do. And why is that? Because there's a gap, right? We have to be able to bridge the gap. And how do we do that? Constant spaced repetition. You have to see it. You have to hear it. You have to move towards it, which means you have to take the action. I know people say, I just have the faith. I have the faith it's going to happen. That's great, but that's not enough. That is not enough. We cannot just rely on, I have the faith. Faith is everything. Yes, have the faith, but it takes something else. It takes action, because to every action, there is a reaction. And if you want things to move, you've got to move. Having just faith, you're going to walk around having the same goals, same dreams. You're going to want this, want that. And guess what? The next year, you're going to have what you wanted. You still want it. You're just wanting it. You can't just want things. You've got to be able to overcome. You've got to be able to strategically align yourself with what you want in life. So I am super excited. We're adopting the mindset of the champion. We are cultivating a new image for ourselves. We are building. Sometimes you have to build from the ground up. If you take a chair and you want to make that chair because it's a piece of wood, right? You have to make it into something else. You have to break it down. But too many times we're so scared of the breakdown. We're scared of being able to let go of people and places and things in our lives that we refuse to move forward. Today, make the declaration, I will succeed. I will unleash myself from the chains of bondage in my mind. That's the most dangerous place to be. Why? Because you can't feel it. It's just like, what is it? Carbon monoxide. It has no taste. It has no smell. You can't see it. That's the most dangerous, deadly thing. You can be right there in the substance and it can kill you. And you'll never know it's there. That's what fear does. Fear is as toxic as carbon monoxide, and it will kill your dreams. It will kill your everything that you want in life. It will kill it off, and you'll be left feeling empty, like you are afraid. You can't move forward. You can't get up. You're paralyzed by fear. You're laying in the bed with the covers on you, afraid to get up because you are paralyzed by fear. It's the carbon monoxide of fear that is running through your vessels is the reason why you can't move forward. So declare today, I will not be afraid. I will not be ashamed. I will not be held by guilt, fear, shame. I will not condemn myself. I will speak to myself. I will get into the mirror and say, I love you. I am proud of you. I am unashamed. I forgive you.
Yes, yes, yes. That is so important. And fear, if you want to know an acronym for it, is false evidence appearing real.
Wow. That's really powerful. False evidence appearing real. Wow. And you know, it really is false. It's an illusion, right? Just like an oasis and you're in the desert and you think it's there and it looks so real. Mm-hmm. To the fact that you could probably even taste it in your mouth. It looks so real, but it's actually an illusion. There's nothing there. And that's why I said, fear is the most dangerous, deadly thing that you can ever have in your mind, in your belief system. Why is that? Because you can't see it. You think it's real and it's holding you back from everything. Why didn't you ask that beautiful woman out on a date? Why didn't you ask for the raise? Why didn't you go towards that to publish your book? Why didn't you buy the thing you really wanted to buy? Because every step that you took towards your prosperity, towards your faith, towards the goals and dreams you really wanted, for every step, there was another step that you took, and it was of fear. You took one of faith and you took one of fear. You took one of prosperity and knowingness and vision. And then you took one of doubt, shame, and guilt at the same time. Declare to yourself today, I am drawing the line in the sand. No more for me, no more for my family. I will not move forward with a poverty mindset from this day forward. Yes. You have too much in you.
Yes.
You have greatness in you. Mm. And you can, you will, and you must. There's no, you can't afford to not take the step. Don't rationalize in your mind a day longer. You must move. And you must move when? Now.
Right now.
Right now. So I am super excited. This has just been such a lovely, awakening of a time, especially with your false evidence appearing real. I mean, write that down. If you don't have that everywhere, I don't know what you're doing, because you need these motivations to be able to move you to your next step. So make sure that you're writing these things down. Make sure that you are attentive to where you are in your life. Look at where you are. If you're not happy, take the next step. So super excited to have John on tonight. He is phenomenal. If you haven't heard him speak, this is one powerful man. He really packs and implements in value and service. And he really enjoys being able to empower. You know, when I think about John, I think about empowerment. I think about action. I think about taking that next level quantum leap. We're not talking about milestone leaps. We're talking about the next quantum leap. What is your next quantum leap? You're about to find out, because I have John UGHULU here. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, John?
You did a wonderful job, Kalisha. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing great, John. I'm so excited to have you on tonight. You are just power packed. You really bring the value to everyone who comes on your stage as well. You have so many great things going on. Oh my gosh, I'm so amazed every single time I hear you speak. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be able to introduce John to you, because he is such a phenomenal person. John UGHULU, I hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly, is a motivational speaker. He's a strategist. He's a trainer. John transitioned from shyness to public speaking, and he's currently teaching people strategies that help them transform shyness into public speaking, which is phenomenal. This is a gift that this man has. John is the founder and CEO of Main Seed Consulting Group, LLC, and a leadership training and development consultant. He's a creator of Speak to Impact. Speak to Impact is a platform that gives speakers the opportunity to showcase their speaking talents. John is also the founder of John UGHULU Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing empowerment for children and young adults between the ages of 8 to 22 through coaching and mentorship. John is the host of a YouTube channel and a podcast titled The Morale Booster with John. This is a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to you and to the society through coaching and mentorship. His experience is the best because he is literally the best teacher. John's ultimate goal is to help 1 billion or more people understand that they were created on purpose, with a purpose, and for a purpose. The mystery of a human experience lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. And John will allow you to go to new levels and find what you're really here to live for, not just to live. All right, John, well, you can take the stage. I'm super excited to have you here tonight, and I can't wait. I've got my pen, I've got my paper, and I'm ready to write down these golden nuggets.
Thank you so much. One second, Kalisha. How many minutes do I have? Do I have up to 2 hours, 3 hours to speak?
You have about, well, we end at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, so it's about 30 minutes. But if you want to take us a little bit of a stretch, ladies and gentlemen, be here. He is going to teach you some things that after tonight, you're not going to walk away the same. You're not. You're going to create an empowering self-image. And if anyone, this is the man who can help you do it. So go ahead, John. We're ready.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. John UGHULU, just like Kalisha has already introduced me. In fact, if I could hire Kalisha, if I can afford to hire her to be the person introducing me at every event, I would so love to do that. So I want to thank everybody for taking time out of your busy schedule to, listening to this program. Today, I want to tell you something that you already know, because my job is to constantly tell you the things you already know. That's what I am paid to do. So today I want to talk to you about taking charge. Taking charge. First of all, I want you to know that everything in life is a cliche, but it is whenever that cliche resonates with you that truly matters. So from wherever you are listening to this program, wherever you're watching this program, I want you to listen with an open heart. Listen with an open mind, because the next time you hear my voice, the next time you see my face, you would be a different person. You will be extremely wealthy. You would be, you would have the mindset of an achiever. You would be able to step into your greatness after this message. So listen to me with an open heart. I want you to please grab a pen, a notepad, a notebook, whatever you feel comfortable writing on, because you're going to hear so many things, probably things you already know. And for those of you who might just be hearing what I'm saying for the first time, it's going to be a great lesson for you. So write this down. The topic for today is taking charge. Taking charge. Now, when we talk about taking charge, first of all, I want you to know it is a leadership principle. It is one of the principles, one of the precepts of leadership. And leadership starts from within you. But I'm going to focus more on personal leadership. I'm going to focus more on taking charge of your own life. Now, I remember when I used to be a very shy person. You know, for those of you who are just listening to me for the very first time, I used to be so shy, extremely shy, that I couldn't even imagine myself doing what I'm doing right now. It was really, really bad. I was born and raised in Nigeria. I spent most of my adult life in Nigeria, born into an average family. While growing up, my parents were able to afford, the basics that we needed in life. So I didn't really go through much trouble growing up. My dad was a mechanical engineer and a leader in the community. My mom was a powerful nurse. At some point, she left the nursing job and became an entrepreneur. My dad was my superhero. I looked up to my dad. I wanted to be like him. But at some point when I was in high school, my dad passed. But luckily for me, my mom was able to immediately step into that position of being my mother, my father, my uncle, my aunt, my everything. But at some point later on, my youthful exuberance quickly led me into hanging out with the wrong crowd. And while I was with that wrong crowd, my dreams of becoming a leader, an engineer like my dad, quickly died. But I want to thank God for the foundational values that I had, that I received from my parents. I was able to later on realign with my true self, realign with my true purpose in life. But when I got back in line, I realized that I was battling with shyness. That shyness came from somewhere I still do not know, a high level of shyness. But today, I am microphone hungry. I was able to transition from shyness to public speaking. My mom would call me back then when I was much younger. She would say, John, when I was pregnant with you, I used to always see this dream. And in my dream, I would see a tall, dark-skinned man, neatly dressed, holding a microphone and speaking to an audience. And whenever mom says that, I would immediately say, Mom, I know your dreams typically come true, they come to pass, but I want to tell you, I want to assure you, Mom, that this particular dream you are talking about, you seeing me speaking, or you see someone speaking, that's not me. That dream is not for me, right? Because I knew I had a high level of shyness. I was battling with that limiting belief. But when I realized that that was my calling, when I identified who I was, when I realized that I was created to speak, I had to take action. And it was that single action that helped me become who I am today. And that's the same thing I want to share with you. Wherever you're listening to me right now, no matter what challenges, no what limiting beliefs you have in your life, it is possible for you to overcome them. And I want to share with you 3 major questions that helped me transition. These 3 questions, the first time I ever heard about these questions, I couldn't even answer them. So if you are not able to answer these 3 questions today, it's not a problem. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to disrupt that limiting belief in your life. The first question that helped me transition was, who am I? The first time I ever heard this question, it was from my mentor, one of my mentors, the late Dr. Miles Monroe. The first question, who am I? I want you to write this down. Who am I? The second question is, why am I on earth? And the third question is, where am I going? Now, these questions look easy. They sound easy. They seem easy. But I want to tell you who's listening to me right now that it took some people months to figure out the answers to this question. It took some people years. It took some people decades. Some people throughout their lifetime were not even able to figure out the answers to these questions. But today I'm going to break it down to you so that you too can benefit from that transition. The first question, who am I? When you ask a lot of people that question, who are you? They think you're asking them about their position, their profession, their career, what they do. No. That question is not all about your profession. Who are you? I want you to know, for as long as you can hear me right now, for as long as you can hear me, you are a citizen of God's kingdom. You were created in the image and likeness of God. You are special. You are royalty. You are an embodiment of God's creation. That's who you are. You want to know who I am? I am an abode of greatness. So you who's listening to me right now, you are an abode of greatness. You are royalty. You were created in the image and likeness of God. That's who you are. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. You are a full package. And the second question is, why am I on earth? Why are you on earth? Now, if you understand the reproduction system, the birthing system, you would know that there was a process for you to come to life. There was a process for you to come into this life. Research has proved it that out of millions of sperm cells, only one sperm cell would typically fertilize an egg to bring you to life. Only one out of millions will be chosen. Others would fall by the wayside. Some will be slow, but just one out of millions of sperms is what will fertilize an egg. And you who's listening to me, you are that chosen sperm. You are the chosen one. I want you to know that you were conceived, you were created on purpose, with a purpose, and for a purpose. Every human being was conceived in the womb, but will one day end up in the tomb. But what matters is how you have lived your life in between. My question to you now is, how do you want to live your life? Why are you on earth? You were sent into this world to fulfill 4 things, and I want you to write this 4 down. You were sent into this world to serve, to lead, to influence, and to impact positively. Write that down. You were sent into this world to serve, to lead, to influence, and to impact positively. So I'm sure that by now, you know why you are on earth. You came into this world through your earthly parents. They were the vessel. They were the vessel. You are a child of the Creator. You are a creation of the Creator. You are a masterpiece. Your mission on earth is to understand that you were created on purpose, with a purpose and for a purpose. And your mission is to make yourself and others around you understand this. Now, where are you going? That's the third question. Where are you going? How do you intend to arrive at this mission you were sent into this world to do? How do you want to do that? Now, I want you to imagine, or rather, let's use this illustration for you. The GPS, the car navigation. When you are going to an address you have never been to before, what do? You put the address in the GPS. And when you put that address, what happens? It buffers. It buffers. And all of a sudden, it will give you an estimated time of arrival, right? An estimated time of arrival. Now, when you get into the car and you start driving, if for any reason you miss your exit, what will happen? The GPS would reroute. And after rerouting, it will realign with the journey, right? That's the same thing. So you need to know exactly where you're going, so that if for any reason you miss your exit, you would be able to find your way. Let's assume you do not know where you're going. You do not have a GPS and you miss an exit. What will happen? You will get lost. When you drive out of your neighborhood, you will get to that point where you wouldn't know if you should make a left turn, a right turn, or if you should keep going straight. So where are you going? When I moved into the United States, when I relocated to the United States, initially I was in the midst of people who were small thinkers. They were ordinary people. They believed in being ordinary. But I knew that was not what I wanted for myself. I knew I had to come up with a strategy, because on getting here, I had three things with me. I came to the United States with three things. I came with a vision. I had goals. And I came with my willpower. Willpower is innate. So I want you to also remember that for you to stay aligned to your journey, to know what exactly you want and where you want to go, you must have a vision. When we're talking about vision, we're not talking about eyesight. We're talking about mind sight. Eyesight only judges things from what it can see, which means you cannot see far. But we're talking about mind sight. Your mind creates a blueprint that you cannot even imagine. Every great invention was once an idea. So where you are going, you would first of all see it in your mind. No matter what you're going through in life, always pay attention. Always remember that you have a vision. Always remember that every great thing you want to accomplish in your life starts from you having a vision. It doesn't just stop there. You need to convert that vision into goals. How do you do that? Greg Reed said, a dream written down with timelines becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan backed with action makes your dreams come true. So not until you convert your ideas, your dreams, your visions into goals by writing them down on paper, writing them down as clear as possible with timelines, not just timelines, but realistic timelines. Not until you write down where you want to go, it will still remain a fantasy. It will still remain a vision. It will still remain a dream. Always remember, whatever you want in your life, no matter how difficult or how challenging you think it might be, always have it written down as clearly as possible on a notebook or piece of paper. I always go with journals. I have several journals, you see. I have the journal where I write down my ideas, my thoughts, my visions, and I have the journal that I use to plan my daily activity. You need to learn to do that so that you can stay focused on where you want to go. And when you have those goals, you should learn to break those goals into little steps. When I made up my mind to become a public speaker, what did I do? I started listening to different motivational speakers. I knew I was a slow talker, but most of the speakers that I was coming across, they were all fast talkers. And that again almost discouraged me because I felt there was no room, no space for me in the industry until I listened to Les Brown. When I listened to Les Brown, he immediately resonated with me. His message resonated with me. At that point, I knew that I could also do it. What did I do next? Immediately, I started reaching out to all his contacts with the last name Brown. I went to his social media page. I started looking for everyone with the last name Brown on his contact list. And I started sending them messages. I didn't get a reply, but it was part of my plan. So I had a vision of becoming a speaker. I took action by reaching out, but somehow the universe made it happen. One evening, after a while, I received an email saying, do you want to be part of the Les Brown Prodigy program? It was like a dream to me. Rumi said, whatever you are seeking is seeking you. That's the law of vibration, right? Whatever you want, if you put your mind and yourself, your mindset on that frequency, what you are looking for will come to you for as long as you do not drop that frequency. And I jumped on that program. While I was taking that training as a prodigy, I was contacted to be part of the Power Voice. And that was how it happened. So I want to ask you today, who's listening to me, what are your goals? What are your dreams? What plans do you have for yourself? I want you to think about it thoroughly. The 3 questions that I have previously provided for you are questions that would help you understand who you are. It will help you understand why you are on earth. It will help you understand where you're going. And when you figure this out, your life will not remain the same again. your life will change completely. If I could transition from shyness to public speaking and being microphone hungry, it is possible for you. It is possible. I want you to know that whatever challenges you are going through in life, it is only a phase in your life. Heraclitus said the only constant in life is change. The only constant in life is change. When it comes to stepping into your greatness, it is you alone who can make things happen for you. Nobody's going to do it for you but you. It is you alone who can create the life that you want. People will come and make promises. People will come and motivate and inspire you. But if you do not take action, nothing would happen. Nothing. Nothing. I came to the United States with a vision, goals, and willpower. What is willpower? Willpower is innate. Willpower is that inside of you that would help you do and undo. You have it inside of you. You have all it takes to live your life by design. You were created on purpose, with a purpose, and for a purpose. I know we are going through perilous times right now with the COVID, the pandemic. We all know generally that globally, the level of depression has increased. The level of anxiety has increased. Even the level of domestic violence has increased. I want you to stay calm. I am not a therapist, but I want to give you some advice. This too shall pass. The only constant in life is change. Albert Einstein said, in the middle of every difficulty lies an opportunity. What are you doing to help boost your morale? What are you doing to help you prepare yourself for when things become better? During the heat of the pandemic, I was only thinking about how to develop myself. I was thinking of how to develop some new skills. I did several certifications to help me boost my morale. What are you doing right now to help you transition? What are your plans? If you are not doing anything at the moment, I want you to take the time off to learn and find out the answers to those three questions. Who am I? Why am I on earth? And where am I going? When you figure out the answer to those questions, your life will change. Your life will change. I assure you of that. When you figure that out, your life would not remain the same. So many people went to bed last night having plans for today. But unfortunately, they couldn't see daylight. But you can hear me now. You can hear me speak because you have the gift of life. No matter what challenges you're going through, for as long as you have life, you can still become a better version of yourself. You can still set new goals. You can still serve. You can still lead. You can still influence. You can still impact. Yes. I want you to promise me and promise yourself that the next time you would come on the internet, the next time you would step out of your house, you will take action on your dreams. I want you to place your hand on your chest and say, I am blessed. You are blessed to be alive. You are blessed. Be grateful for the gift of life. I am telling you this. Be grateful. That is one of the best gifts ever. You still have the opportunity to harness your God-given potentials. I want you to think about it. Think about it. You have life inside of you. You were created as a full package. You have what it takes to dominate. When man was created, man was given the power to dominate every other living thing, reptiles, everything. You have what it takes. Dr. Miles Monroe once said, when God created the world, he did not give us shoes. He did not give man clothes. He did not give man a house. But because of what God put inside of man, God gave man a vision. Your vision shows you everything. Your dreams tells you everything that you can accomplish and beyond. Because of what God gave man, man was able to build a house from a tree. Man was able to get leather from animals. Man was able to make shoes. Man was able to make clothes. That same gift is inside of you. You still have that gift inside of you. It is innate. All you need to do is to make up your mind that you want to become who you would love to be. Louis P. said, there is nothing more powerful than a made-up mind. When your mind is made up, you will become unstoppable. You will become unstoppable. Always remember that you are the architect of your life. I always had love for public speakers, but I was a shy person. I never knew it would be possible for me. But today I am living my dream life. I am training people to become public speakers. I am training people on how to overcome shyness. How good can it get? How great can it become? A transition from shyness to public speaking, and I have a platform for helping speakers showcase their talents. And now I train people on the strategies that help me transition from shyness to public speaking. What am I doing? I'm serving a purpose. I'm leading people into their destinies. I'm influencing people to let go of those limiting beliefs, to embrace new beliefs. And I am impacting the world by doing that. What are you doing? What do you think you can do? When are you going to start doing it? The time is now. The time is now. You were created as a full package. You've got all it takes to live your life by design. You have all it takes. And as for the pandemic, same time next year, we will be having a different conversation. If you ask me if I know when it's going to be over, I don't know. If you ask the doctors, do you know when it will be over? They don't know. But I assure you that same time next year, we will be having a different conversation. So are you waiting for everything to be perfect before you get started? No, there's never going to be a perfect time. The time is now. Do you want to overcome shyness? The time is now. Do you want to start a business? The time is now. Do you want to get into a relationship? The time is now. The time is now. The time is now. I have been mandated to come out here and disrupt that limiting belief in your life. I have been mandated to come here to let you know that you are an abode of greatness. I really don't know how much you know about yourself. I don't know how much the people around you know about you. But one thing that I know for sure about you is that you are an abode of greatness. You are a full package. You have all it takes to create the life that you want. You have everything within you. You are unstoppable. And remember, the next time you hear my voice, the next time you see this face, I know you will be a richer person. I know your health goals would have been achieved. I know that the next time you see my face or hear my voice, you will be a better version of yourself. Always remember that you have all that it takes to become all you want to become. Give it your best. Look for a mentor. Look for a coach. A lot of people don't understand the difference between a mentor and a coach. They are two different. They are two different jobs. They are two different things. Look for both. Have a coach, have a mentor. A coach is trained to help you through neuro-linguistic programming, to help you discover what you are capable of doing. A coach doesn't tell you what to do. A coach makes you understand what you can do through neuro-linguistic programming. A coach works with you, provides you with the tools required for you to stay focused on your goals. A mentor is that person who is successful at that area you would like to get into. A mentor already has all the skills in that business, that thing you want to do. A coach might not have the skills, but a coach has the tools to help you identify who you are. But your mentor can guide you to become just like him or her. You need both because they both work interdependently to form a perfect synergy. This is the time for you to start hanging around positive minds only. This is the time for you to start hanging around only quality people, just like what my communication mentor, Mr. Les Brown, would say. OQP. This is the time for you to hang around only quality people. This is the time for you to be intentional about the things you absorb. This is the time you understand that you only have 24 hours every day. This is the time for you to understand that you cannot control time, but you can control your activities. This is the time for you to understand that your purpose on earth is greater than what you are currently doing. This is the time for you to know that you are an abode of greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how much time I have left to speak to you, but I want to assure you that no matter what your dreams are, it is possible.
It's possible.
It is possible. And remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Think about it. God bless you.
Woo! That was so powerful. Thank you so much, John. I got so much out of it. Everyone, what are you doing to boost your morale? Okay. I absolutely love that. Like I said, connect with John. He will get you empowered and he will show you a different side of yourself you never thought was possible. Why? He's here to show you how to boost your morale. He's here to take that walk with you to different levels. He's here to be able to show you a part of yourself that you never knew was there. And we only get better when we're aware. Right? So this is the man you want to connect to. He has the awareness. He has the mentorship. He has the coaching that you're wanting, that you're needing, that you'll be able to flourish with. So connect to John. John, you gave away so much value. Look at the chat. Yes, I am a full package. You have all it takes. The great secret. Let's see what we have. I have this too shall pass. Because it will. Whatever you're going through will pass. I am blessed. Yes, sir. The time is now. There's no better time than now. And the nuggets that you shared of who am I? Why am I on this earth? And where am I going? I love that analogy of the GPS and alignment. When you get off course, you got to know where you're going so you can get aligned again. If you get off course. That was so powerful. John, I want to ask you, if you had told your younger self some advice, what would that be?
Yes, I have kids and I always tell them this. I said, look, always make sure you add value to the lives of others. If I want to advise my younger self, I would say, whatever you know, make sure you teach the next person. and tell that next person to teach the next person. Be a teacher.
Absolutely. That's so powerful.
Yes, teach people what you know. Be known to be that person who's a problem solver.
And that's why we don't have to compete, right? We don't have to compete with each other. We can just create, right?
That's it. They said the sky is wide enough for the birds to flock or fly without touching themselves.
Wow. I love that. I'm going to write that down. I'll put that on my wall every time I look out my window, because it's true. They don't have to compete. They fly in unison without even competing with each other. And it's literally the most beautiful thing. People stand in awe all over the world to look at the birds flying in unison together without competition.
That's true. That's true. We all have a gift inside of us. My gift is different from your gift. So no matter how much I share my gift, it is what I have in abundance and will never finish. So the more people do what you do, the more impact that you create. That's the goal. You want to serve, you want to lead, you want to influence people. You want to stand with 100 people and make sure those 100 people are doing the same thing you are doing. You're influencing, you're impacting them. You want to be that person who people would say, oh, when I got to know that guy, I learned something and I'm going to do the same thing. Yes. We need to take pride in allowing people think they steal our ideas. No, we are influencing them. We're impacting them. That's what we were created to do, to dominate a space with our gift.
Wow. And I love that, John. It just brings me back to Dr. Miles Monroe. He is such a phenomenal man. And it brought me back to a place where I remember he told a story of two gentlemen, and they were in college together, and they went to another country. And in this country, they saw so many people, just poverty everywhere, right? And the people didn't even have shoes on their feet. That's how much poverty was all around. The people didn't even have shoes on their feet. And so as they passed through, they were both in awe and said, oh my goodness, all of these people, there's so much need around here. And as they went to the building, the hotel that they stayed in, and they looked out the window, they both just saw two different things. Right? They saw two different things. One of the gentlemen saw poverty and people with no shoes on, right? And he saw some people with shoes on and some people without shoes on. And then the other man, he looked out the window and he saw the poverty, but he saw a need.
Right.
He saw no shoes. Well, why don't I make some?
Shoes, yeah, make shoes for them. That's why Albert Einstein said, in the middle of every difficulty lies an opportunity. So every challenge, every problem, typically by default triggers a solution. That's
absolutely. And I love that, because they both went back to that college, and one of them, the one who saw only poverty and people with no shoes, he continued to go to school. That's great, right? But the other one who saw a need that can be met, and he thought, why don't I make the shoes? He turned into a multi-millionaire. I think it was within 12 months or maybe less time than that. His shoe, he started out with one shoe and it sold so fast. His shoes were selling like hotcakes, and he turned into a multi-millionaire. And his friend tried to pull him away from it when he had the idea. And he said, what are you doing? You can't just leave school. You can't just go out there and start your own business and make shoes. What are you thinking? You're crazy, right? And he did it anyways, because just like you just mentioned, by default, the problems come, but by default, there's a solution to that problem. And that's what it's about. Not being discouraged by what other people think or, our vision should be, but what we really see. Vision is past what our physical eyes can see, like you said, right? It's a vision from within. It's a thing within that no one else can see, wasn't given to them. Don't rely on anyone else to try to see your vision, because they weren't given the vision. You were. And just like you mentioned, it's about taking the action, because you too can turn your shoe business, your sewing business, your baking business, your whatever you want it to be.
That's true.
Yet. So I want to thank you so much, John, for being here tonight. Thank you for impacting us, showing us how to boost our morale. Everyone, connect with John. There is his website down at the bottom. Take a picture of it, write it down. Make sure you connect with this man. He will take you to new heights. Thank you so much, John, for being with us tonight.
You're welcome, Kalisha. Yeah, I have a book, The Morale Booster, and this book we will be having a launch on Saturday, the 14th of August, 2021, and it will be available on Amazon. So please, people, if you want to just do something that would help you boost your morale, that would help you step into your greatness, I want you to please support this book. It's titled The Morale Booster by myself. It will be available from Saturday on Amazon. So thank you all. I look forward to you guys purchasing a copy.
Wow, you heard it from the expert himself. He's giving you materials, right? He's giving you the materials, the tools you need to be able to break through, boost your morale, literally in the book. Let's see the book one more time, John. Boost your morale right there. You can find it on Amazon. You can get it tonight. Don't wait another day. If you put off until tomorrow, remember, tomorrow is a dangerous place to be. It will steal your hopes and steal your dreams. Boost the morale booster right here. He's boosting your life as we speak. Oh, John, you've got incredible things to share. He's got this book. Don't think it's the last. He's going to be coming out with more. So you better connect with this guy because he is on the fly. He is going and going and going. Make sure you connect with John. Thank you so much, John, for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Everyone out here, thank you for watching. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.